Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for North Georgia Senior Living with Jessie Barton, the Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall, and as I like to refer to her, North Georgia's Senior Concierge.
Concierge.
I got all that.
I like it.
It rolled.
And you have a French twist to concierge.
Yeah, you got to accent. You can't just say concierge. You got to accent, okay? Okay, so you take, a little bit of backward country guy, first time goes to a nice hotel and like, what am I doing here? So we won't go what year that is. And then I'm like, well, where can I find this? Sir, you could stop at the concierge in the front. Who's the concierge in the front?
Who, what?
So I go down to the front and I'm like, and at this time, I'm showing my age. We don't Google.
This is true.
All right, this is back in the don't Google, and I'm like, I don't have a quick reference. I don't have a quick reference of how to, find out concierge.
Concierge.
What am I doing staying somewhere so
fancy?
Yeah, and then I go up and so I find this person say, so instead of saying I don't know what a concierge is, I'm going to put it out there.
You needed Webster's.
Right? I'm saying, okay, I know how to do this. Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the concierge is in this hotel? Like I've known for you. Do you know where I can find the concierge in this? Oh, yeah, right over there at the desk.
Fake it till you make it.
Right, so I went over there and I said, concierge. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I need to know everything.
Yeah, I need to know where I can get. I had to have a suit cleaned because of an incident the night before immediately, and I went to. So did I? I don't know where I went with that story, but did you enjoy it?
It works.
Made you laugh.
It did, but it is true because we were just talking about, I just got back from New York, and that concierge knew everything we needed to know, and even warned us because we were going to catch Penn Station to Newark, and he's like, "You're going to get lost, so it's best to just do da 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 da." Or if you want to do da 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 da, I mean, they know everything.
And that's why I call you that, because seriously, a good concierge, when you're traveling, says, "Hey, I want to go here. We're not from the city. I want to go here." They know. You want to go 2 blocks. You want to go down the subway. You want to take the A train. You want to get off the A train. Wait, the B train will take you over here, and you want to get off at the stop.
How do they know all that, though?
But that's what they do.
Yes.
But that's what you do.
That's what I do for seniors.
That's what
here.
I call you, the senior concierge.
There you go.
Moving right along, you brought stuff.
I brought stuff.
And, it makes me nervous because, anytime I see stuff, I want to, but I figured I better wait and let you introduce your stuff. What stuff do you have?
Well, this is a gift for you.
It's a gift.
So, you are wearing the Festivus shirt. So
you like that?
It is the season.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Exactly. So, this is homemade peach salsa that our kitchen made.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
And
you guys have an award-winning kitchen, too.
We do have an award-winning kitchen.
I tell you what, the residents there, they're eating well, man.
They are. I have to admit. And then some blue tortilla chips to go with your homemade
Did they make
peach
these?
salsa. We didn't make those.
Okay, I didn't know. No, I understand.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Maybe
we took a shortcut on that.
All right, but that's okay. But that goes. Okay, I will report back. Trust me. Anytime it comes to food, I will report back.
So what this is, it's part of our.
I'm so interested in this.
It is part of we call it a dining campaign, but we want to introduce our culinary team because one of the number one questions we get is, how's the food? That's a huge thing for senior living.
Stop right there.
Uh-oh.
Stop right there. No, you don't want you want to get rid of the impression of hospital food.
Right.
It's not. I mean,
no,
and I'm not knocking on the hospital.
Right.
They're right. So that's where we're going. Is this
yes.
That old impression of somebody comes by at 12 and puts this tray and right?
Right. We have
Go for it.
linen-covered tables.
Oh, I know.
Linen napkins. It is a restaurant-style service. So We've got a few things to choose from for entrees, some sides to choose from. If you don't like any of that, we have an always available menu where you can get sandwiches, salads, soups. If you want breakfast at lunch, you can have breakfast at lunch. So this is part of our overall campaign. So we're doing a Taste of Georgia. So we're going out to our business partners and presenting them, A, with a gift for the season, but B, we want to introduce not only to change that image of dining, but we want to introduce that nutrition is a huge part of senior care. Because let's say that you have been, and you've went through this with your family recently, let's say that a family member has had a hospital stay, and then they go stay at a rehab for 2 weeks. When they get home from rehab, they're not going to feel like going grocery shopping. So they're probably not going to eat the best unless they've got somebody that can help bring them meals, because they're not going to feel like standing up and cooking for themselves. So a lot of times we see poor nutrition gets people readmitted to the hospital because they didn't follow up with good nutrition after a hospital stay. So our dining program provides all 3 meals. People usually complain that their clothes get a little tight because they're eating so well. So we want to show that not only can it be a great social event, but it can be medically important to have good nutrition and a good dining program to follow up any illnesses, or if you have a loved one not eating well, maybe they don't feel like cooking. It's a lot to cook for yourself.
You know, Cameron Hall is all about the residents. Mm-hmm. It's that simple.
Yes. It's their home.
Right. And that is, when I say this, that's what you try to create, is meals that are not feeling institutional.
Sure.
Feeling like you're eating your meal at home.
Absolutely.
You're living at home. Now, I don't want to say the word nothing, but it's virtually impossible to replace your home. So
Absolutely.
You can't try to do that. But what you could do is, if you will focus, and that's what you guys do a great job at, if you will focus on the resident and realize that's the reason you're there, and not lose that as your direction, and your residents experience a great, like you said, their meals are prepared award-winning. All right.
Exactly.
And I say this, and I want to tell this little, and I'm not knocking hospitals, so I want to tell this little thing, okay? So hospitals for a long time, if you don't mind, can I tell a quick story?
Tell a story. I
So
always love your stories.
hospitals for a long time, as we aged, okay, years ago, they got the hospital food, stigma there. It's hospital food.
Yeah.
It's a tray, whatever. So years ago, somebody, if you're in a hospital, somebody came down the hall with a big cart, okay, got your name, pulled your tray out, put it down, and it was just that. It was hospital food.
And it didn't smell very well.
All right, so now hospitals are doing a better job, and I don't want to knock their food. They're doing a better job, but now they'll come in, and somebody dressed as though they're like a waiter. Okay, right?
Wow.
Yeah. The hospitals are doing it now, like a waiter with a tablet. I'm so and so, like they came to your table. I'm here to take your order, right?
Wow.
But wait a minute. This I'm here to take your order. So what do you want? And they punch it in and whatever. So it has a feeling for the patient that you were just waited on, and there was a little more.
Sure.
Years ago, you got a little chart and you checked off your breakfast. Somebody came and picked it up, but they come by individually. All right. Then, when you get your meal, okay, it is better food now, but when you get your meal, somebody comes by that looks more like somebody that's serving instead of, right?
Nice.
And puts the tray on the table.
Very cool. It's a...
Wait a minute. My story's not done. My God. What?
And he's wearing a cheery sweater.
Sorry, I will get back to that. So, anyhow. So all that happens, right? So this lady comes and she's got a little bow tie and she's got a vest and she looks very nice. That guy, take your meal order, right? Boom. Then somebody comes, very nice service, and hi, how are you today? Pleasant, puts the tray down. And my mother says, this is where you didn't mean to, but my mother says, They can dress up and come take my order. They can dress up and bring me the food. They can put it down on that pad because she has an iPad. They can write it all down on that pad. But no matter what they do, it's still hospital food. I'm sorry. I had to do that.
Oh,
no
that's
matter what they
hilarious.
do, it's still hospital food.
It's still hospital food. That's hilarious.
So I had to tell that.
That's hilarious.
They could do anything they want, but it's still
Hospital food.
But and I say that because that's what, and I'm not knocking on hospitals.
Right.
Obviously, they have dietary. You have residents that have dietary needs that you have to
Absolutely.
meet,
Absolutely.
and each one has different ones. You know, somebody can't have salt, somebody can't have sugar, somebody can't. You know.
Well, and that's what we're seeing with, kind of transitioning from that hospital conversation is hospitals will discharge. A lot of times if you are getting a new diagnosis, it may come with new dietary restrictions. If you've had congestive heart failure,
Right.
they're going to give you some pretty stringent guidelines on your food. If you are newly diagnosed with diabetes, or if you have an incident that your diabetes is out of control, there's going to be some dietary restrictions. So we try to take the guesswork out of that for families and for the resident because we can follow those physician's orders. Now, the resident has the right to say, you know what? I'm going to rip up my physician's orders. I don't care what I eat.
Oh, I know that resident. Like my dad says, Dad, what do you want to snack on? Well, I got a big thing of ring bologna in there. Loves his ring. Really? Get me a couple slices of that. Then the nurse comes by and says, looks like your fluid is up.
Right?
Maybe I shouldn't eat that ring bologna.
Lots of
And
sodium.
So you have
But you have that right. You have that right. So, so that's kind of the fine line that we have to walk on. But we do have that option. Perhaps you've had some issues. Maybe you've had a minor stroke and it did cause some swallowing issues. We have the ability to puree foods. I know that sounds horrible to say that, but sometimes that's what is necessary if you can't swallow correctly or if you have trouble with liquids. So those are areas that, while it is a social activity to come and sit in the nice dining room, there is some medical reasoning behind our program too.
Well, what's this flyer about? Did I interrupt you?
No, this is our Taste of Georgia. Last week we had apple strudel, so
see it?
you can. This week is homemade peach salsa. It's all about what Georgia grows. The next one, I want to invite you and our viewers. We're going to have tour and takeout on Tuesday afternoon. So you come, have a tour of our building, taste some J wine, and take home dinner for two, either a vegetable lasagna or a traditional lasagna, side garlic salad, bread, all the works.
Dash in, dine out, Tuesday, December 17th, 4 to 6 p.m. at Cameron Hall. What is this all about? And why is this nice, tasty-looking lasagna on the front of it?
To tempt you to come down, take a tour, have a glass of wine while you're touring, and we're going to send you home with dinner for you and Lisa.
Tuesday, December 17th, 4 to 6 p.m. Dash and dine out. Cameron Hall of LJ invites you. Check it out. A Taste of Georgia. Now, week 3, all right, I have the peach salsa. I'm ready for that.
Yes.
Okay, week 3 says local LJ wine at Cameron Hall during tour
And
takeout. Reserve your to-go dinner for 2 today. Ooh, to do. Now, week 4 is do you know what else Georgia grows? This is kind of like a potluck, huh?
It's a surprise gift.
Interesting.
Yes. What else might Georgia grow besides apples and peaches and grapes?
Peanuts.
Close, maybe. Around that same field.
Peanuts. Okay, folks, listen. I forgot to check my phone, which I like to do that every once in a while, just not bother with it and realize the world's going to exist without, checking it. But I don't see a pet of the week has showed up. So I probably got a message that says they can't bring one, and I didn't check it. So will you just keep talking?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Did you recently, you put it on social media, I don't know. Can I ask if you've recently returned from a trip?
Oh, we just got back from New York City, Manhattan.
New York City. I just want to say that. I wanted you to say that. Huh?
I kept wanting to say that while I was on the metro and different things.
No, I kept wanting to say it when you gave me the salsa, but I didn't want to mess with it because that's the commercial, you know. The guys are sitting there. This salsa is from New York City. New York City. This is not. This is from Cameron Hall's
from
Kitchen.
LJ.
Award-winning peach salsa.
Exactly.
So did you guys have a good time?
It was amazing. It's just a different pace of life there.
No. No, not at all.
I mean, totally different. But it was a good leisurely trip. Got to see the Rockefeller tree for the first time. We've been to New York before, but not at Christmas. So that was an amazing.
So you went to Central Park.
We spent all day in Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like a princess because there's a little castle in the midst of Central Park. So we climbed the castle, and of course my Brian is, oh, it's your castle. And then he took me on a horse-drawn carriage ride through Central Park. So I felt like a little princess in a fairy tale.
Well, Central Park, the Rockefeller Center you went to for the tree.
We didn't try ice skating though because
But you went there and checked it out,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh, people were doing all kinds of fancy stuff.
Yeah, ice skating. Anything else in the city?
We spent some time in Macy's, the old wooden escalator going up. I tried to do some shopping for holiday parties, and it's shopping for women is just, it's either really great or you just want to put everything back on the rack and walk out.
About 20 years ago, I'm going to say 20 years ago, went to New York City, I've gone to New York City many times, but this particular time, and went into Saks, been in the Saks many times, Saks Fifth Avenue, and, and like, I was looking around, like, I was thinking, so if you want to purchase something and come out just to say you have a bag that says Saks, so I couldn't even find socks that I could afford. I'm serious. I'm like, maybe I can look at the socks.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't afford the socks.
That's funny. They had a great light display and show and music and everything timed together. One thing, and just because we're still in our senior, North Georgia senior segment, walking through Little Italy, you have to, where we came in from, we had to walk through Chinatown. And it was really neat to me because in Chinatown there were all these places. There was adult senior centers. So I know the Asian culture tends to take care of their own at home. So it was neat to me that they had those places. One was in conjunction with a kids' daycare. So that was kind of interesting to me. And we got there after they were closed, but I would have loved to have gone in and kind of seen how that setup worked with seniors and children together in Chinatown.
Did you have some dessert and coffee in Little Italy?
Of course.
Of
It's
course.
30 degrees outside, and we're the two nuggets sitting there eating gelato outside.
Yeah, it's like, when you go to Florida in the wintertime and it's like 63 degrees and you go to the beach and you go, oh yeah, those are the Yankees down here, because the Floridians don't go to the beach at 63 degrees.
That's true.
To them, it's cold.
Yeah.
So when you go to the beach during Christmas time in Florida and it's 65, 66 degrees and people are on the beach, those are the northerners. And when you go to Little Italy and you're sitting outside eating gelato and it's 30-some degrees,
All bundled up and
oh, they're
barely
not
see.
from here, man.
There is a place right off Mulberry Street, Ferrara, I think. It's a bakery. They have amazing cannolis, amazing gelato. So we stuffed ourselves with gelato and cannolis, and we ate in Little Italy every night. We loved the Mulberry Street Bar. So there's been a Sopranos episode filmed there, very old Italian place. The lady, you could see her in pictures, and you knew that she was one of the owners, very Italian.
When you go to Little Italy and you go into those restaurants and you sit down, it's very interesting to look around and see. Yes.
And I like the ones that are more what I consider a hole in the wall. They're not the fanciest on the outside. They don't have somebody out there saying, come in, we'll give you free wine. These are where the locals go. That's what we like to find.
All right, so you got a plan to go back when they have an Italian street festival there in Little Italy. If you like it that much, you got to go when they have one
I
of the
didn't
street
know they
festivals.
had such a thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we got to go. It's 10 o'clock. We kept talking. This is Jessie Barton, Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall. Also, I call her North Georgia's senior concierge because a concierge can help you through with everything. And when it comes to making your decisions and senior living, this is who you want to contact. Tell them how to contact you, Jessie.
Give me a call at Cameron Hall at 706-515-4100. Find us on the web at CameronHallofLJ.com.
Cameron Hall, all about the residents, and they understand the Cameron Hall is their home, and that's how they treat it. I have this homemade peach salsa I will report back on. I may just bring the empty jar and say, let it speak for itself.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go.
We got to go. We're out. I'll be back Monday morning at 8 a.m. in the office. Don't miss us there. Have a great weekend. Come up to North Georgia and enjoy all the Christmas events we have all the way through North Georgia. Jessie, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Lonnie, thanks for everything. You out there, see you Monday.